Hi guys! Finally things are picking up. My chemise is done, my crinoline is almost done. I still need to make 4 stitchings for the straps, and after the fitting it was fine. It was a bit short though, I think. The bottom boning came 30 centimeters off the ground, but I'm hoping to repair that with some flounces on my petticoat, on which I want to start today. And finally I found some sort of trimming that would do nicely for the edge of the hem, but it's in a slightly contrasting color. The petticoat will be white, and the trim that I have enough of, and I think is pretty enough, is dark blue. So at least I would have my something blue there. This week I had a little accident with my corset. One morning when I tried to put it on, it snapped. So I substituted these laces for some other laces from a corset that a friend of mine had made while we were in designing school. And I've never worn the corset because it didn't fit me that well, but I kept the laces and the interior. So these laces are doing quite a good job in my corset. One thing is though that the laces that I'm using for the bottom are somewhat short, and if I open up the bottom too far, they flip through the holes. These, however, I've made fitting by knotting them together. So the upper laces are okay, but the lower laces are rather short. I also had to lower the place where the knot is, because usually the knot is at the waist tape placement, and the waist tape placement in this corset is here, and so it would be ideal to have the knotting here. However, that is not possible since these laces are rather short, and so I've experienced that it wears a bit different now, because the knot, so the smallest kinching place of the corset, is a bit lower now. And also I believe that these cords, the round cords, also stretch a bit, because somehow it wears more like a glove, to go really old-fashioned. Glove fitted corsets, well, I have it now. I think the laces stretch a bit. I still make sure that the gap is small enough and that everything is as tight as it should be, but if you move it goes a little bit easier. So that's a fun fact to notice about round laces versus the flat ones. However, it's still a bit weird to have this knotting place slightly lower, because I can hardly feel the place where it's pulling the most at present, which I really could with the other laces. So that has been different, but I don't know how it affected my figure and if it has affected my figure. So let's check. My natural waist. Ooh. 94. I haven't been lacing these past 2 days. Perhaps that is it. 94. As you saw that the upper laces are rather long in comparison definitely to the lower laces. I prefer to tuck them in now behind the lacings of the corsets so that I do not have a tail behind me or slouching, wiggling down my pants. Um, Two other things that I've noticed about changing laces. These round laces, they slip less easy. So if I'm lacing up my back, the laces stay put much better where they cross. So I have to actually, instead of halfway the back, I pull a bit and then I can pull in the waist. Now I actually have to pull some more laces and before I can pull the waist tight, because it just slips less easy. Another thing about the shorter laces at the bottom. Now I'm really forced to lace my waist in more tightly because otherwise I can't tie those laces into a bow. They're simply too short. So, lacing, measuring. Does it make a difference? It does. 80 centimeters. So, natural waist has expanded a bit, but my corseted waist has decreased. So, well, off sewn, I guess the petticoat needs to be made. Bye.